stayed with us. So many of you have been liking, sharing, and even subscribing to our pages. I want to give you this moment also for those of you who've not had a chance to go to UGM-TC.org. That would be a way that you can learn so much more about the amazing work that's happening at Union Gospel Mission of Tarrant County right here in Fort Worth, Texas. Those of you who also have shared, how can I get more info or how can I ask questions? You can go to info@UGM-TC.org. That's another way that you can get connected. Also, you can go to events@UGM-TC.org. That's where you can see some more things that are happening and be a part of all the amazing things that we're talking about on Conversations on the Bench. We are part of 70 other missions across the country that are doing exactly this. President and CEOs of missions are sitting on a bench. This is a movement. We are part of the City Gate Network, and what we're doing is using this as an opportunity to spotlight and to bring attention and to engage in conversations about our neighbors that are experiencing homelessness. And so we're delighted to have these conversations with you, and we're delighted that you have engaged. You've been sending questions, and we've just been dialoguing just like we're in your living room. So I have the pleasure of joining me here with Conversation on the Bench, Mr. James Stevens. James, welcome to Conversations on the Bench.
Thank you, Dr. Welford. It's a pleasure to be here. This is really an exciting thing. This is something very new for me.
Okay, well, all right.
And I'm really excited.
It's good to experience new things, right?
It is good.
Yeah.
And one thing I really wanted to talk about was the biblical drive that we have.
All right, let's talk about that.
And I wanted to go back, though, to a little bit of my story and how I came to UGM.
Okay, let's hear that.
You see, 3 years ago, I came to UGM.
Yeah.
3 years and a day ago, if you would ask me if I'd be working in this environment with our neighbors, I'd say no. I'd say you're crazy.
Come on now. 3 years and a day, you would say no.
I'd say no. And I've been thinking about this because I've been looking forward to this event.
Wonderful.
And one thing that came to mind that kind of got me rolling in the direction I wanted to go is a quote from Gandhi.
Yeah.
It said, "Society is judged by the way it treats its most vulnerable population."
That's right.
And that got me thinking.
Yeah.
If you ask anybody what the most vulnerable population is, they're going to tell you the elderly, children, disabled.
Yeah.
None of them mention the unhoused.
Wow.
Think about that.
Okay.
You know, how you treat the most vulnerable reflects on our society. But think about it. Like before I came here, they're all nameless and faceless. You pull up to a stoplight in a car, you see the person with a sign, "Help me." You avoid eye contact. You don't want to look at that person.
Yeah.
You know, you're praying, like, "God, please let this light turn green so I can get out of here."
You want to hurry up and scurry along, right?
Exactly. You want to move along. But think, why do we do that?
Yeah.
You know, maybe we don't want to take the time. We don't want to get involved.
Yeah.
You know, and as long as this person stays nameless and faceless, we don't feel that we have to.
Yeah.
But really think why we do this. Why did we just rush along?
Yeah.
Maybe it's because we're afraid.
Wow.
Maybe it's because we're afraid if I do something with this person, maybe they're not going to be nameless or faceless anymore.
Yeah.
You know, maybe if I do something for this person, I'm going to be responsible.
Yeah.
Or maybe if you just really look at it and think about it, maybe it's because that person's really not that far away from you.
That's right. Wow.
Maybe that person's like you, but you don't want to admit it.
Yeah, you don't want to face it.
You don't want to face it.
Yeah.
You know, society is fragile. Any of us could be in that position.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of famous people found homeless.
That's right.
Margot Kidder, I think was her name, the actress.
That's right.
She had a mental health episode, wound up homeless.
Yeah.
That could be us.
Yeah.
That could scare people because I don't want to be homeless.
That's right.
But yet that person, that nameless, faceless individual, as long as you don't know who they are, you can just go on down the street.
And really, we oftentimes hear from our neighbors that they feel invisible.
Yes.
Wow, that's a deep thought, James.
So, you know, I was thinking about that, and it comes back to you as an individual, because you don't want to get involved.
Yeah.
you don't want to admit that that's a real person, because then you have to get involved.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one great thing about UGM. I came here thinking I'm going to do one thing and go home for the day. Well, that don't work.
It does not work,
No,
right?
it don't work that way. So you come here and you meet the Christines, the Napoleons, the Charles, and the Josephs.
Yeah.
And you realize the only thing different between you and them is maybe they got caught when you didn't.
Yes, sir.
Because we've all done things that we shouldn't have.
That's right.
Some people get caught.
That's right.
Some don't.
You testify now, James.
But that's true.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So this person got caught. Now their life's in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and as long as we don't know who they are, that's not our problem.
They remain nameless.
They remain nameless.
Yeah.
And one thing I love about UGM is we try to learn everybody who comes in here.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that's so much important, to try and give people their dignity back.
Yeah.
And what we need to do is work together as a community.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter who these people are, where they're from.
Yeah.
They're our neighbors.
That's right.
And once you get over that invisibleness and give them a name, they're no longer invisible.
Amen.
You're going to go down the street, you're going to say, okay, there's Brian.
Yeah.
He lives under this bridge.
Yeah.
He's got a dog.
Yeah.
Doesn't want to come in.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, things start looking different.
Yeah.
And that's a great thing. That means us as a society is growing.
That's right.
And that's what we need to do, and that's what UGM does here.
Wow.
You know, and it's really proud to be part of that because we actually help people.
Yeah.
It's great. And I really enjoy that part. Like I said, 3 years ago, I wouldn't believe it. You would have told me 3 years in a day.
Let me tell you, the transformations that happen every day, it makes us better people.
Yes.
You know, oftentimes individuals think when they come to UGM, I'm going to make a difference in the lives of so many others. But what ends up happening is we ourselves become transformed. We become renewed. We become better because of the willingness to surrender to God, and He starts doing something amazing in us. So let me tell you this, audience, those of you who are listening, you would never think sitting next to me is our Chief Operations Officer. This is James Stevens. He is our Chief Operations Officer, and in his role, he is responsible for making sure all of the systems work, everything from our facilities, from maintenance, from our IT. But what we know to be true is in his role, he has what we continue to say, the skill of hand. He can do it all. You're a jack of all trades. You're really like our own MacGyver here at UGM, to be quite honest.
I just do what I can do.
Well, you do it very well, but you also share your heart. And the demonstration of that is time after time. You have this word, you say, Charles, I'm poking the bear. But every time you poke the bear, it's for the purposes and the good of making the lives of so many of our neighbors better. And so we are so grateful for that and what you do.
I'm grateful to be here to do that because I get a lot of satisfaction out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, we see people every day making progress. I mean, how many jobs can you go to if you really call it a job? Where you go in there, you're touching people's lives and you're watching them progress. You're watching them get better. You're watching them heal.
Yeah.
That's great. You can't, that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
That person graduates from our program and moves out.
Yeah.
They're a productive member of society.
Right.
How many people can say that when they go to work?
Absolutely.
You know?
Not many. Not many.
many.
Not many at all.
And it's a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
And you get a lot of satisfaction out of it. And UGM, when I first came here, Father Andy said UGM is for healing.
Yeah.
And it's not just for the residents, it's for the staff, the volunteers, and the community.
Yeah.
And that's what we need to get back to.
Wow.
And that's what I loved about this whole concept of Conversations on a Bench.
Yeah.
Is it's communities coming together to help people.
Yeah.
It seems like us as a society has drifted away from that model. And if we could get back to that, even at the grassroots level, just get somebody, come out for an hour or two a week to help out.
Yeah.
It helps everybody. It helps you. It helps us. It helps the people. And it helps the community. And it gives us an opportunity for all of us to spread the word of Christ.
Well, James, thank you for that. And one of the things that you and I are partners in crime with here at UGM is we really are endeavoring for data to really talk to us.
Yes.
We are really an agency that's really making data-driven decisions. And that data that we're collecting is informing us about so much,
Right.
all the way from the clothing that we provide, all the way from the meals. What does that tell us about our neighbors? We're having deep and intimate conversations that's helping us drive decisions, particularly as it relates to our nights of stay. How do we move through our system? So we're excited about that. One thing that you and I have been a part of, we early in my journey here, part of the driving discussions is we had a man who was on our campus, and we found him deceased, leaning up against a trash dumpster close
Yep.
by our facility. And you and I, as we maybe have mused in my office or in your office, we've talked through the fact that we don't want that to ever happen again,
Yes.
and that's really helped pole vault us. Tell me, well, how has that spoken to you with regards to data and using that to help inform us about what we do?
We found out a lot of the people, like the gentleman that deceased, he was coming here for over 20 years. Now, it's great that we helped him for that 20 years.
Yeah.
But we didn't transform him. We
Yeah.
didn't meet his needs.
Yeah.
So what we're doing right now, we've got some projects going on to collect better data so that we can look at it. We've had people coming to UGM eating for 18, 20 years.
Yeah.
What we want to do is look at that to see, okay, you've been coming here for 18, 20 years, but how can we help you so that you don't have to come here anymore?
That's right.
And that's the key. I think we want to make people productive members of society. We want to transform them. We want to, instead of being transactional where you just come in and get a sandwich.
That's right. That's right.
We want to transform it so that you come in, you get healed mentally, physically, spiritually. And we can do that all here. We have the Healing Shepherd Clinic. We have caseworkers. We got great people, thanks to all of our donors and people who assist us.
Wow.
That we can do that. But we want you to come in here, and we want to transform you so that you're not coming and asking, that you're coming in and you're making your own way. So that when you leave here, you have all the skills and talents, your body's healed, your mind's healed, you're open back up to Christ. And you leave here, you're productive. Maybe you'll come back and work here. Maybe you'll come back and volunteer. We've got some great team workers and great people here that are graduated from our program that are stars here.
Yeah.
And, you know, they come back and they work every day and with such passion that you can't replicate that.
That's
and
right.
these people, they can understand better than anybody what people on the street are going through.
Yeah.
And what we want to do by collecting all this data is figure out how to get you from this point in your life to the next step where you are moving ahead, leading a productive life, and going forward.
Yeah. James, you are part of one of the teams that see it maybe more than most for those of our neighbors who were formerly unhoused, who may have been residents of UGM, went from residents of UGM, now are employed. You manage our facilities and maintenance, our housekeeping team, our groundskeeping team, our kitchen team, our IT, and there's a lot of our team members that work directly up under you, but you've learned to manage and see the beauty and the essence of who they are. What is that like to manage that journey for individuals who come from being a client, unhoused, but now they're an employee? What has that been like for you?
I think that journey, it's really a privilege and a gift from God.
Yeah.
Because you're working with people who have been in all different aspects of life, who've been through roads and through journeys that, you know, I could never understand because I didn't walk in their shoes.
Sure.
But they have grown and experienced things, hardships that I never have. So what they've been able to do, I just think it's amazing, and it's just great to work with them and be part of them, because I see them every day, how productive they are, how much enjoyment they're getting out of life, how much progress they're making. I've got an individual that works for me who's going to college right now while he's working.
Wow.
He's taking speech classes. Every day he's in my office asking about how he can improve himself.
Wow.
And we've got people, kids. I wish I could get my 9-year-old son to act like that, you know? But they will. Times come along. It's just great to see people who have been through hard periods of life, but don't let it keep them down.
Amen.
They have been through there. They'll talk about it and say, hey, I used to do this. I used to do that. I don't anymore.
Yeah.
I haven't done it for 9 years. I've been clean for 10 years.
Yeah.
And every day I get up in the morning, I come to work, I go with I meet with my people. We have our morning huddles. We do our morning prayer. We say, this is what we're going to do today. It's a positive environment with a lot of electricity, a lot of energy, and it makes work easy, and it makes it wonderful to be here and very grateful.
Amen. Well, we're grateful for you and what you bring to our campus and to our staff and members. Let me unpack just a little bit of that journey because, again, we had another chief officer who was Sarah, our chief people officer. And oftentimes
Yes.
we are partners in crime with
Yes.
the things that we do, you and Sarah, and certainly one of our other chief officers, Jordan, has been with us here today. And the blessing and the joy that we have is seeing one of our team members going through their journey, and in their cycle of homelessness or in their cycle of addiction, they can be with us, be employed, but find themselves back in a cycle. How do you sift through that as a manager, as a chief officer here, knowing that you have a team member that may have entered back into their cycle of addiction or their cycle of homelessness? What is that like for you? What's that been like for you?
That's one area you wouldn't get in a normal job.
Yeah.
But we have a lot of great people, and we have had that. We've had some relapses. But one good thing about having a strong team, we've got a lot of people that care and support that individual.
Yeah.
So we can get them back to the help that they need. We can get them back into rehab. We can support them, go visit them at rehab and say, look, you fell back, but it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
We're here to help you get up and move forward.
Yeah.
You can't do that in a regular job, but you can do that here, and you better do that here too, because this is part of what we do. If you don't do that, you're on my team. You out.
Right.
You're going to be out the line. I don't care. But that's just what we have to do as that's part of humanity.
Yeah.
And if we can bring that humanity to work, that's just wonderful.
Yeah, it is a beautiful story.
It is. And we can get people back to work and they're productive again. The value we get from them, we've got a loyal employee who loves our place, who loves our clients, who loves our guests. You can't pay for that. There's not any money that could pay for that.
No, it's not.
And yet, they're here for life.
Yeah,
and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Well, it is certainly the gift that keeps on giving for us
Yes,
all.
it is.
And there's no greater story of redemption when we see God moving in the life of someone who has needed a second chance, a third sometimes, and sometimes that third or fourth chance, it clicks and they're forevermore. But one thing that we know to be true is God gives us a second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth chance. And who are we to throw anybody away because they've made a mistake?
Yeah, and that's one thing, that phrase, you just throw somebody away.
Yeah.
That is all too common. People throw human beings away, and they should be ashamed of themselves. You can't throw a human being away. And that's what seems like when I was discussing earlier about people on the street.
Yeah.
We want people out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
But they're human beings.
That's
we
right.
can't just throw them away. We can't discard them like an old pair of socks.
That's right.
These are our neighbors, our brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
And that's what's great about UGM. Maybe you're in your journey. You're not ready to come into UGM when you first come here.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you'll go somewhere else. But you know what? We're going to leave the door open and the light on, because when you're ready, we're going to be here.
Yeah.
And how many places can say that?
Not many at all. Let's talk about the brick and mortar and those things that you have some responsibility for. You are managing a 10-acre campus.
It's growing too.
About $100 million in assets, as it would be. So there's a lot to manage. How do you maintain that on a daily basis without losing your mind?
There's a lot of moving parts, but again, we got a good team. It's really important what we do. And my team, I love them. They do a great job. We know what we provide to the public. And for us, it's very important that we keep this place going. It drives us.
Yeah.
We come in the morning. We come in early. We start early because that's just the way contract people are, construction people are. We start early. We want to make sure that we provide a safe place for people.
Yeah.
First off is we want a safe environment. So when we come in the morning, we always walk the grounds. We prioritize what we're going to do and hope to get to it, because I do have a boss that throws a lot of monkey wrenches into that scheme, but that's okay because that's what we're here for.
We need to talk to your boss, don't we?
And, you know, we're really driven. We want to provide a safe environment.
Yeah.
We want to clothe people. We want to feed them. We want to make it a healing place.
Yeah.
So that helps drive us because it's a lot. We have 11 buildings now we're up to. We have a lot of things going on. We're building a new welcome center now.
Yeah.
We're getting ready to open that up. So with this, to compare this to other places, the motivation here is 1,000 times stronger than anywhere else you're going to work.
Wow.
Because of what we do. And luckily I have a really skilled team, so we come in and we make it look easy. But behind the scenes we're juggling because you don't need to see what we do.
Right.
It just needs to look smooth.
There you go. There
You don't need to see all the chaos behind it because people would panic. But
Yeah.
hey, we make it work.
Yeah, you do.
And that's because I've got dedicated people that work for me. Most of them, over half of them, came through our program.
Yeah.
They're very skilled. They've got a history here. They've got a history in the trades. And they know where they came from.
Yeah.
And they know where our residents and our guests came from. And it's a point of personal pride that we keep this place going, making sure it looks good. It's a good reflection on what we do. It's a good reflection on the community.
Yeah.
And to help people.
Well, on behalf of the staff and team, we're so grateful that you and your team really helped also make sure that Conversations on the Bench was successful. We're sitting on benches and a platform that you and your team helped build, so thank you for that.
Yeah.
You're keeping the technology working, and clearly we know that in something that is massive as this, you need a good system that's going to embrace it, and you all have done a yeoman's job of setting everything up. But more so than that, on the day-to-day operations, for 365 days of the year, you all keep us moving and keep things going. So thank you so much for your vision, your support, your prayers, and your heart for this ministry. I want to give you an opportunity. If there's anything that you feel like you want to share, that's your camera. I want you to look into the camera and just encourage somebody that's listening right now.
You know, UGM means a lot to me because it is a place of healing. We all go through different journeys in life. And no one journey's wrong, no one journey's right. Nothing's better than the other one. If you need help or if you're having doubts, talk to somebody. Don't keep it all bottled up inside. Seek help, whether it's UGM or somewhere else. Just try and reach out to your pastor, your wife, father, mother, whatever. No matter what you're facing, it's never as bad as you think it is. Somebody's always got it worse than you. So reach out. Go for somebody, ask for help. There's no shame in that. Everybody needs a hand sometime.
Amen.
Don't let your pride get in the way of a successful life or a successful career. Talk to people. Don't be ashamed. Don't be afraid. And also, when you're out there and that lady comes by your car, say hello. You don't have to give them anything. Say hello. You're walking down the street. Don't ignore that person on the sidewalk. Just say hello. Ask them a question. Ask them their name. Let them know they're not invisible.
Yeah.
It can go a long way. You can make somebody's day.
That's right.
You can touch a person's life. Just say hello. Be human.
Amen. Brother, we're proud of you. We are so fortunate to have you as a part of our family and our team here at UGM. God bless you and the work that you're doing. We are conversating on the bench. We are at the 4 a.m. hour just about here in Fort Worth. So we're endeavoring to continue to bring to you good content, good conversation, just like the one I've recently had with James Stevens, our Chief Operations Officer. I want you to continue to like and share